Hey there, working for a first time CEO, owner, startup, private equity backed, or transitional leader that had this much responsibility and now they have this much responsibility? Well, yeah, this video is for you. And let's kick this off. I have met with a lot of different CEOs, first time owners over the last year and a half. And you could spot them right out of the gate. How can I? Well, because I was one. And so one of the things I learned real quick is the word I. I did this. I did that. When I went to hire someone, I expected them to have this much revenue. I expected them to work 60 hours a week. I expect this. I expect that. The problem is, people don't expect that anymore. This is different, man. You're the owner, you're the CEO, you're the founder. That past experience, that ego, that I, it has to move out in order to scale your business to get to where you're at. This isn't just for startup CEOs, it's for owners at accounting firms, et cetera, where they tell their associates, I went into the office, I did this, I did all this stuff. That's not inspirational. Cut it out. Stop using the word I. Boy, I did that for a long time until leaders later in my career said, Ken, your maturity here, your emotional maturity needs to be here and step up as a CEO. And luckily, I was able to do that. Second is these transitional leaders. I was a transitional leader. I had about a month of succession plan before I took over a practice that was almost double the size of what I previously ran. And I failed in two regards. First, I couldn't get the employees and the team to bond. I had fractional teams and we weren't driving for a single goal. Second is I couldn't get the financials and the numbers we were being put on. So not only did I transition in, I was expected to grow, build a team, sell, and do all this stuff as a transitional leader. And of course, I said, well, of course I could do this. I have a big ego. I sold a company. I've done this before. Why not? Well, completely different. And let me just tell you, don't use your past experiences to get to where you want to be in the future. So for people on and listening to transitional leaders on conference calls, if they have all the answers and they know what they're doing and they've done this, and they haven't had a runway or succession plan for 12, 6 months and guardrails put up, it's BS. And let me tell you, you got to be mindful of that. Some make the journey and they're emotionally able to ask for help and get to that point where they're vulnerable and they start to turn the corner. Others don't. And you'll see CEOs and leaders and transitional leaders that the firm is failing and they're too big on their ego to say it was me. They blame. They find new people. Well, it's this guy's in charge. Let me put this person here. And they move people around like they're chess pieces. Everyone's successful. Everyone was doing well. But somehow it's all changed now that you came in as this transitional leader. So hopefully these tips and advice that I had to learn the hard way help you, whether it's you or your employees. Hopefully this helped. Talk to you soon.